Moeka nodded and looked back toward the ground. There was a tiny flower blooming where the asphalt met the shrubbery. There was no other flower like it in view. The wind must have brought it here. The flower's color was striking, but something, perhaps the rain, made it look sickly. Moeka took a picture of it. Then another and another. The umbrella in her hand seemed to be stopping her from taking a good picture.
傘持ってましょうか。
別に。
いいからいいから。
Maho practically yanked the umbrella out of Moeka's hand.
ありがとう。
どういたしまして。
Moeka used both hands to steady her camera, then when it came into focus, she pressed the button. A moment later, she stood up, satisfied.
うまく撮れた。もう大丈夫。
ポートレートの準備かしら。
Moeka shook her head.
ヒアジョーさんの写真は撮らない。雨降ってきちゃったから。風景を撮るのは習慣。
写真を撮るのが好きなの？
Moeka shook her head again.
照明。今日自分がどこにいたかの証明。
証明？
そう。
それってどういう？
And then she heard the sound of what that meant she'd received a Ryan message.
またクリスからかしら。
私にも来てる。フェイリスさんから。
Oh well, aren't you guys lucky?
フェイリスさん？
Disaster. The 314th prophecy of Fatima has come to pass. Yeah. Fuck. The 314th prophecy of Fatima has come to pass. The hearts of men have lost the will to believe, and the seal created by the sacrifice of the ancient Incan and civilization has been broken. It's only a matter of time before the dark god of the master of Pluto revives. Not only the Earth, but the whole galactic federation is in danger. Summon the House of Lords and the Senate immediately. President is missing, but I'm sure he's flown off in Air Force One or something to fight the enemy himself. I'll start the ceremony to seal him away once more. I want you to buy time for me until it finishes. Wait, what are you talking about? That was a joke. But really, there's big trouble. What happened? I'll explain later. There's a critical mission I want you to do before you head back to the condo. Both Maho and Moeka looked at the message, confused by Ferris's strange message. Both looked at each other.
二人ともよく来てくれたにゃ。
Just because, fuck it, I actually... 3, 2, 1.
タイムリミットが迫っているけど、まだ時間は残っているにゃ。準備はできているかにゃ。
Maybe?
できている。
ええ。では、始めるにゃ。作戦名は夜更かしシンデレラたちの秘密の女子会。おねむで思わずドッキリ発言にゃ。
What? What the fuck are they wearing? Mainly Moeka and, her name escaped. Maho. I mean, Ferris, yeah, that's whatever, but really.
二人ともどうしたにゃ。テンション低いにゃ。せっかくの女子会なんだからもっと楽しむにゃ。まあいいけど、まさか不
二人にやっておいてほしい重大なミッションが夕飯を抜いておくことだとは思わなかったわ。
The two of them had suddenly gotten a message that Ferris was having a girls' party night that night. Ferris had asked them to skip dinner so that they had empty stomachs for the party, and both Maho and Moeka had done so.
さあさあ、何でも好きなものを食べるにゃ。
She's wearing
ケ
fucking
ーキも
panda.
アイスもちょっとだけお高めのものを買ってきたにゃ。
Ferris started to rummage through the plastic convenience store bags with a smile. Normally, Ferris acted like she was rich, and in fact she was rich, so she could have easily purchased the most expensive cake in that either of them had ever tasted. But she realized that the right cakes and ice cream for a party like this were the ones that you got at a convenience store, and she purchased them without hesitation. Maho thought that must be one of the reasons why the customers and maids at May Queen admired her so much. Yeah, sure. She'd been working short-staffed in May Queen since the start of the year, so it had been hard, but she wasn't showing any signs of exhaustion at all.
マホニャン、どうしたにゃ。フェイリスに惚れちゃったかにゃ。女の子からの求愛はいつでもウェルカムにゃ。
そんなんじゃないわよ。
照れることないにゃ。プレゼントも気に入ってくれたようでフェイリスも嬉しいにゃ。思ってた通りすっごく似合ってるにゃ。そのパンダパジャマ。
気に入ってるわけじゃないわ。せっかく用意してくれたものを拒否したら失礼だから。
The hooded panda pajamas that Maho was wearing were a gift from Ferris, of fucking course.
サイズがぴったりなのは別にいいんだけど。
Oh, no, it is.
どう考えても子供用よね、これ。
マホニャンはお人形さんみたいだからきっと何でも似合うにゃ。
その呼び方はやめてってば。それとお願いだから毎日別の動物パジャマを着せようとか考えないでね。
Tomorrow's a tiger outfit, if you didn't know.
マホニャン、心が読めるのかにゃ。すでに1週間分は用意済みだということをなぜ知っているにゃ。
I wouldn't doubt it, though, to be honest.
もう買ってあるの？
Just as Maho was starting to realize that Ferris was just toying with her. My question was if Ferris bought that for Moeka, because I totally could see her doing that. Moeka was covering her mouth with her hand, trying not to laugh.
キリュウさん？
おいにゃ。
ごめんなさい。笑うつもりはないんだけど。
Maho saw Moeka smile for the first time, so this was how she smiled.
おいにゃん、その笑顔すっごく可愛いにゃ。もっと見せてにゃ。
Ferris' eyes sparkled in the dim light. Without warning, she leapt up on Moeka and started to tickle her sides. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this word line? I like the noise she makes, but what the fuck's this word line? Yeah. No, the look on oh, fuck. Maho's face is exactly what I'm feeling right now. Just okay. I'm just confused.
なんか いけないことをしている気分になってくるにゃ。
Well, I mean, she is wearing very little.
そうね。
Ferris backed off as Moeka panted and gasped for breath.
しかしものすごいにゃ。
そうね。
Ferris and Maho looked at each other and spoke.
すごいおっぱいにゃ。
Jesus Christ. Moeka was wearing a crimson baby doll as her pajamas. It was a kind of adult lingerie that you could never imagine a girl like her wearing. Of course, she seemed unaware of this and had seemingly only chosen it because it was easy to move around in. But with Moeka's natural proportion, she ended up looking incredibly seductive. And on top of that, with her massive breast, shook as Ferris tickled her, even Maho felt a little strange. You okay there? Moeka apologized as she gasped for breath. Maho shook her head and to drive away the strange feelings.
まあいいわ。じゃあ女子会とやらを始めましょうか。
Easy way for me just to distance myself, just remember what she did in the Alpha World line. And then it's like, yep, all feelings gone.
はーい、冷やしてあるジュースを持ってくるにゃ。今夜は寝かさないにゃ。
Yeah, okay. No one gets any sleep was Ferris's idea of a joke. She had work early next morning. Of course she did. The party lasted exactly 2 hours as they talked the whole time. Actually, Ferris talked the whole time, and Maho and Moeka would occasionally answer. At most sleepovers, girls talked about fashion and romance, maybe, but these girls weren't interested in those things. Instead, they talked about work and their futures. Oh god, that sounds awful. That sounds awful. If I'm at a party, I'm not talking about work and my future. Maybe a little bit as like a joke. But oh god, that sounds awful and awful. It's fun to see a different side of each of the other as they spoke. Moeka, for instance.
趣味で小説を書いてるの。
She said she'd been reading one of the web novels that were popular lately and decided to write one herself. And what's more, she said it was a romance with some really steamy scenes.
読ませてにゃ。
無理。まだ一章も書き終わってないから。
Okay, well, okay. Moeka refused, but Ferris and Maho made her promise to let them see it when it was finished. Ferris had something surprising to say too.
メイドを辞めるつもりはないけど、結婚にも憧れるにゃ。子供がたくさん欲しいにゃ。
Take me back to the fucking world line! Take me back to the first game. God damn it. I swear to God, if anyone else dies in this world line, I'm just gonna say it. Ferris's world tractor field thing was the best. I don't know what the fuck we were in. I think Omega theoretically because we went backwards. Take me back then because fucking Christ, that was the best. Hands down, it couldn't be beat because everyone lived. No one had to suffer. I mean, other than like the Steins Gate, perfect ending. But like, if I had to pick from all of the world lines so far that weren't that one, give me that one. Everyone lives. I can still talk to Kurisu. No fucking World War III. No CERN takeover. And I get to have a great girlfriend. Ferris had lost her family when she was young, so she wanted a big family of her own as soon as possible. It was probably going to be a very lively family. I can guarantee that. For the last 30 minutes, Ferris talked to Maho into giving a lecture on AI research. Maho gave a slightly less formal version of the interview she'd done yesterday. She talked about the framing problem about Amadeus and about a future where AI surpassed humans. Ferris was interested in more than anime culture. She was into tech and gadgets as well. And she paid close attention to what Maho had to say. But as Maho spoke, she realized that Moeka was starting to look depressed.
キリュウさん、どうかした？
眠くなっちゃったかにゃ。
そうじゃない。未来が怖いと
Why?
思う。
未来が怖い？
そう。 人工知能の研究が進んで、人間より優秀な人工知能が誕生したら、仕事を失う人が現れると思う。
It depends what field you're working in. Most of the entry-level jobs, yeah, that's definitely guaranteed. But, like, it depends which profession. Really, that's what it really comes down to.
私もきっと
It
その
depends.
一人になるかも。
A writer? Maybe. Probably not, actually. If you're like a journalist and writer, probably not. Because the AI is not gonna, like, look and say, like, oh, this is the curated shit.
それ
Like,
が
I wouldn't see that.
怖い。
Maho's expressions, though. So that was it, Maho thought to herself. Maho had only lived with Moeka for a few days, but she'd started to figure out her personality. She was a very pretty girl with amazing proportions and good at her job, but Moeka seemed to think she was worthless. She has no self-esteem. Absolutely zero. She thought that nobody needed her, and that if someone better than her appeared, they would quickly take her place. And once that happened enough, there was no place left where she belonged. Then what would happen to her? That scared her.
大丈夫よ、桐生さん。
I mean, you just have to specialize, heavily specialize, because then a replacement's much less likely.
そうにゃ、そんな心配いらないにゃ。
私はフェイリスさんやヒアジョーさんのような特別な技術や知識を。
I don't know if Ferris has any special talents, necessarily. Well, I mean, she can be very persuasive at times. I'll give her that. No, I mean, you just haven't branched out enough.
誰でも私の代わりに
Not
なれる。
anyone.
誰でも私よりうまく
You
働
wouldn't be
ける。
hired in the first place if anyone can do a better job than you.
私は二人のように
In some
優秀では
fields, they can't type nearly as fast as you can. They probably can't do as much research as you can. They don't have the same kinds of connections as you do. So, I mean, in some aspects, they are more talented, but in others, you're more talented. That's just how humans are.
だから何なの？代わりがいる。自分より優れた人がいる。それが何だっていうの？
No, I mean, for me personally, I'd be like, my so what is, I don't want to be inferior to someone else. I want to be better than them. I think that would be my whole mindset. I'm not just going to be satisfied, someone's better than me. Oh, well, I'm too competitive for that. Fuck that.
マホニャ。
私より優秀な脳科学者はいくらでもいるわ。いつかは私が発明した人工知能が私よりも優れた論文を書き上げてしまうかもしれな
I'll
い。
make that fucking AI work its ass off to write a better paper than I can.
でもそれが何だっていうの？ビクトル・コンドリア大学のレスキネン研究所の入り口に一番近い机は私の席なの。扉の立て付けが悪くていつも風が吹き込んでくるし、いつも誰かが廊下で喋っているからうるさくてしょうがないけど私の席なの。
Okay.
たとえ宇宙が終わったとしても私はあの席を他の誰かに譲るつもりはないわ。
There you go.
私より優秀な脳科学者や私より優秀な人工知能があの席に座りたがっても譲ってなんかあげるもんで
That's
すか？
my mindset. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have to work your ass off for it. I'm not gonna give it up. Fuck that. You're gonna have to earn your shit.
人は誰かの代わりなんかにはなれないなんて甘い話をするつもりはないわ。代わりが利かない仕事なんて社会活動の中ではめったにないもの。でもだからって代わってあげる義理なんてないわ。私は私なんだから。
私は私。
それにね、優秀かどうかなんて関係ないのよ。もしフェイリスさんと分子レベルで全く同一の生体ロボットが存在して全く同等もしくはそれ以上の給仕ができるとする。
You can take your bio robot and throw it out the fucking window. Fuck off. Can't
それでも
replace her.
私はフェイリスさんに給仕をお願いするわ。
Nah, you can't replace her. No robot can.
たとえ料金が10倍違っても100倍違ってもロボットに頼もうとは思わない。そこに理由なんてない。私は フェイリスさんが出してくれる紅茶が飲みたいの。つまりはそういうことよ。だから
Fuck your bio, robot. I'ma keep my cat maid. Maho was getting so emotional she didn't know what to say next. Because she had the best world line, fuck that. She realized that Moeka and Ferris were staring at her in shock.
ごめんなさい。私ったら
I just
つい
want
ムキになって。
Karisu alive again. I'm just so depressed. Like, this whole series is just depressed. Like, there's happy moments and then it's just pain and suffering.
私。
Though I hope that she's gonna actually see some self-worth in her. I would like to see that.
そうなのかも。
No, there is no maybe. There is only. Moeka smiled a little. That's good. What? The next instant, Ferris was on top of her, squeezing her tight.
何？
Ferris was smiling at her with dewy eyes.
感動したにゃ。マホニャンがそこまでフェイリスのことを愛してくれてたにゃんて。その気持ちに応えるにゃ。マホニャンが飲む紅茶は一生フェイリスが入れてあげるにゃ。
Thanks, Ferris.
私そういう話してた？
The next minutes were a struggle to stop Ferris from rubbing her face against her cheek. Hey, Okabe. I sighed a little as I got off the train in Akihabara.
年明けから5日連続で秋葉に来てることになるな。
You can come there 5 days in a row, but yet you guys couldn't have a fucking Christmas party? Go to hell. New Year's was our trip to the shrine. On the 2nd, I'd come to deal with the aftermath of that, and then the world line had changed. On the 3rd, I'd come to check on Moho and Moeka. On the 4th, that is yesterday, Mayuri had invited me to a New Year's party at May Queen. Why couldn't I have gone there? I didn't come to Akihabara every day like this since last summer.
フェリスちゃん、どうしたんだろうね。
I don't know.
さあな。あいつの考えていることはわからん。
I haven't been around her long enough to remember how she acted. There's a reason I brought Mayuri to Akihabara. Gyoma, I mean Ocarine. Ocarine, big trouble. Tonight is 32,000 years. Oh, fuck off. There really is trouble. I'm sorry. Can you come over, work all day? Yeah, and invite Mayushi. Basically, something bad had happened at Ferris's house and she wanted my help.
ヒア嬢さんたちに何かあったのか。
Sure, Ferris, I'll come.
昨日フェイリスと話した時は
At least she knows
普
how
段
to
通
ask.
りに見えたんだが。
そんなことないよ。フェリスちゃん、この年末年始はすっごく頑張ってるから、かなり疲れてると思う。
Well, anything to help out, I guess.
でもね、フェリスちゃんって弱音を吐くことは絶対にないんだ。どんなに大変でもね、いつも元気なの。
I mean, to be fair, that is her job, to be cheerful.
なのに今回は珍しくオカリンに助けを求めてきてるわけでしょ。
She comes to me for help quite readily, honestly.
よっぽどのことが起きてるんじゃないかな。
We decided to hurry to Ferris's house.
あれ？
I mean, I can't imagine it's something major. We called Ferris's condo for the first floor entrance, but there was no answer. Was Kuroki not in? But at least Maho and Moeka should be.
出ないね。
Okay, can we not?
おかしいな。
Okay, I just said that it was probably nothing serious. Can it not be something serious? I tried again and this time got a response. Oh, he's fine.
岡部ですが。
はい。お嬢様から伺っております。
Mayuri and I looked at each other, shocked at the tone of his voice. Hey, bud. Even when he came to greet us, Kuroki was too exhausted to give us his usual elegant welcome.
岡部様。
Kuroki called my name weakly, and the next moment he collapsed to his knees like a puppet with his strings cut. Buddy?
黒木さん？
You okay?
このままでは秋葉家が。
What?
黒木さん？どうしたんですか？
岡部様、今すぐお逃げください。ここにいてはなりません。
何があったんですか？
私にもわかりません。自分で見たものが
見た？何を見たんですか？
Kuroki tried to say something, but then gave up and shook his head. And then he slowly raised his arm and pointed to the end of the
客
hallway.
間です。あそこに。
Fuck. That's where Maho and Moeka were. Did something happen to them?
前に黒木さんを頼む。
Look, as long as Ferris is okay. And Maho. I'll just leave it at that. Everything's fine. Ferris first, then Maho. And then the place. And then Moeka. I left Kuroki and Mayuri's Karen ran to the guest room. The door of the guest room was shut.
さん、桐生萌か、うちか。
Kick the door down.
どっちでもいいから返事をしてくれ。
Kick it down.
入るぞ。どうしてこんなことに。
Please, no one be dead. I couldn't believe my eyes. Oh my god. It's a fucking mess. What the hell is this? Did a fucking tornado come here? What is this? The scene was indescribable. The only words I could come up with were a palace of junk. The desk and bed were still where they'd been, but everything else had changed. Books, notepads, and other strange objects were piled up to the ceiling in layers. What may have started as a temporary pile of books had become a wall that reached up to the top of the room. Walls made of hundreds of books were scattered about the room, forming a small labyrinth. In some places, the path was so narrow you need to turn sideways to get through. This is a fucking dump. Can we just burn this room? The light from the ceiling no longer reached the floors, so small lights had been set up on top of the carpet. They were like torches in an underground labyrinth. Strangely, the place wasn't dirty. Yes, it is. There's fucking dirty clothes right there. There's an overflowing trash can. This is fucking dirty by every measure of the word. The result of Maho and Moeka's attempt to maximize their creative output was the construction of a labyrinth in the guest room. In a sense, it was the greatest application of principles of functional beauty. But it was still a palace of junk. This is not functional beauty. This is absolute destruction and disgust. Maho was humming as she typed into her keyboard. She had a big pair of headphones on. Moeka was kneeling on the carpet with her legs splayed, typing onto her laptop at the low table. She too was wearing headphones. Maho saw me standing in shock at the entrance and took off her headphones. Moeka took her earphones off too.
こんにちは。
No, it's not. It's disgusting. It is not amazing. Take that fucking back. Mayuri was so astonished she couldn't think of anything else to say. Did these two realize how much it took to freak out Mayuri?
二人ともどうかしたの？
This is disgusting. Do you realize how long it would take me to actually get to a disgusting level like this? It would take probably a fucking year of not cleaning my place. An entire fucking year. You're just, it's absolutely disgusting. Come on.
どうかしたのじゃないだろう。なんなんだこの部屋は。
部屋？何かおかしいかしら。
何から何までおかしい。一昨日まではこんなじゃなかった。
ああ、そのこと？時間が経てば変わるわよ。物も人も、当然部屋もね。
Do you realize how little time's passed?
どう？ずっと昨日の気になってるでしょ？
No, it isn't. The fact that Maho didn't seem to find anything wrong with all of this at all made my head hurt.
探検できそうだね。
For her part, Mayuri was wandering through the labyrinth, excited. There were screens to divide the different parts of the room. The screens were different colored baby doll lingerie. What the fuck is this?
これかわいいね。 下着たくさん持ってるんだね。
マユリ、すまんが話がこんがらがるからちょっと部屋から出てくれ。
I tried talking to Maho and Moeka, but couldn't get any useful information. When it came down to it, neither of them understood what this room was as messy as you could get. Everything they needed was within arm's reach, so the two of them thought it was a pleasant place to work and live. This is disgusting.